A year and a half ago, a full-size dumpster was delivered to my house. I had hired a lead contractor to convert my covered porch to an open porch. The contractor told me the dumpster would be in my yard for 2 or 3 weeks, and I was welcome to put anything I wanted in. I'd be charged $50 a ton after the first 2 tons. I purged more than a quarter of what I owned. I threw out furniture, college notebooks, stuff the previous owner had left in my house. I donated, sold, gave away anything that might be of some value to others. All of my decisions were predicated on one question: does this add value to my life? Did I really need more than one spatula? More sweaters than there were days in a week? An expansive DVD collection that covered the years 2003 to 2005. Books I'll never read again. Anything with a descriptor, "one day I'll use this," I immediately discarded. 12 years ago, I had an idea to take a pilgrimage to Belgium. I discovered Belgian beer, and more specifically, Trappist beer. The Trappists are an order of monks in the Catholic Church that strictly observe many rules and traditions. They are tasked with creating goods and providing services to financially support their monasteries. A few monasteries in Belgium make beer, as well as bread and cheese. Each monastery must also provide opportunities for individuals for spiritual retreats. I was equally interested in the beer as a spiritual retreat. Just after I had the idea, I found out my wife was pregnant with Alex, so I put the pilgrimage on the shelf for a later date. Fast forward 8 years later, I learned that there were Trappist monks just west of Worcester in Spencer, Massachusetts. You might be familiar with their jams, they're sold at local supermarkets, and more recently, their beer. I signed up for their weekend retreat 6 months in advance. I wanted to force the pilgrimage on myself. I figured if I was silent for most of the weekend and isolated myself from my day-to-day responsibilities, that I would be forced to face myself. The monks would be there for my moral support. When the time rolled around, I found myself in the middle of some family problems, and it wasn't the time to go, so I called it off and put it off for a later date. At this point, I was unable to shelf the idea, so I got creative and transformed the idea. If I couldn't go there, then I was going to do what I could. I purchased a book called Orchards of Perseverance about one man's experience visiting Trappist monks. He spent countless retreats at a monastery and interviewed each of the monks. I couldn't physically be there, but I could at least learn from their writings. I discovered very quickly while reading that monks, as spiritually enlightened as they are, struggle every day. They struggle with their faith, their commitments, their community, their work, everything. It was humbling to learn this. In a sense, it meant I hadn't failed. I naively assumed that their struggles would be different, of a different nature. I thought their dedication to God would shield them from these types of pain. Even though I didn't meet them, I felt a connection, an almost kinship. There's an intimacy to their accounts. It's comforting to know that they're out there right now struggling, but with vitality, spirit, and conviction. They continue, they persist at all odds. I was looking for this roadmap, a roadmap that led to that state of mind. The monastic way of life visited me somewhat unintentionally. Part of what makes the monastic lifestyle so unique is their detachment. Detachment is a distance, be it physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, from something. Monks have no earthly possessions. They do not seek to control or involve themselves in many aspects of the conventional lifestyle. Monks take a vow of poverty and experience few modern luxuries. While I was getting a divorce, I struggled financially for a period. Well, struggle isn't strong enough a word for this. I ran a $30,000 deficit 1 year and was legally obligated to pay. I stopped sleeping, I dealt an awful eye twitch. I harbored a deep resentment for the judge. Anxiety consumed my life. My thoughts were dark. I almost broke. Needless to say, I was forced to make serious cutbacks. I decided I wouldn't buy anything for myself, including dining out, clothes, alcohol, any luxuries. During that time, I decided to detach from money and possession. I let go of the anxiety by surrendering to the situation. I couldn't take one more second. The fear was literally scared out of me. I didn't appreciate the benefit of detachment until it became a choice again. When I regained my financial footing, I quickly realized money and possession added no value to my life. I fell in love with a woman, and she introduced me to minimalism. She explained to me excess possession subtracted value from my life. By stripping away the clutter of material goods and their associated temporary fixes, I saw more clearly what I did value: experience, health, and people. It was at this time, serendipitously, the dumpster arrived at my house. The purging of valueless stuff had a profound impact on my life. My stress level decreased. I was managing the minimal amount of stuff, and that stuff added value. I started to love my space. I lost my fear of not having enough money. I realized I could lose my house, my money, my belongings, but no one could take away what I valued. Money and stuff no longer controlled me, and I was no longer motivated to earn more at the expense of other things that I truly valued. With the clutter gone, I discovered what UU is about to me: a sense of community, an interconnected web fashioned at its edges by love and compassion. As UUs, we need to focus more on the web and less on the distractions outside of its reach. Not respecting the dignity and worth of every person generates suffering. Pilgrimages help us get in touch with the web and our place in it. A pilgrimage, like the Holy Sacraments or a 12-step program, come from a place of self-motivation and fueled by a source of faith. You can't be forced into one. It doesn't have to involve long distances to far-off exotic places. It can happen at your home, at church, walking in the parklands, or on the beach. The key ingredient is removing yourself from your current place of thought and a willingness to see the world fresh. Unfortunately, the impetus is generally great pain. Decluttering your life will help you see where the pain is and help uncover what we truly value. I never got to meet the Trappist monks, but I did get to go on a pilgrimage. If you're interested in learning more about minimalism, I suggest watching Minimalism, a Netflix documentary, following the minimalists on Facebook, or reading The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up.